For decades, NASA and SpaceX have been at the forefront of pushing the boundaries of exploration and innovation. But what happens when these titans of the sky hit turbulence? SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket experienced its first in-flight failure since 2015, on July 11, 2024, when it encountered a major anomaly during a normal mission to deliver Starlink satellites. At first, the launch from California's Vandenberg Space Force Base went according to schedule, with the rocket's two stages properly separating. Nevertheless, a crucial problem with the upper stage's restart, which was meant to increase the satellite's perigee, caused what SpaceX calls a rapid unscheduled disassembly (RUD) of the engine, which put the deployed satellites in a lower orbit than planned. 69 Falcon 9 launches in 2024 alone demonstrate the aircraft's legendary durability. So while this event is unusual for the model, it raises questions about what it means for further missions. Before conducting any more launches, SpaceX is required by the Federal Aviation Administration (FAA) to look into and address the cause of the malfunction. Commercial satellite deployments, vital resupply missions to the International Space Station (ISS), and other scheduled launches may be affected by this operational AI pause. At the time, NASA was collaborating with SpaceX and Boeing to create two commercial crew vehicles for the International Space Station (ISS), because Soyuz was the only spacecraft available to visit the station following the agency's space shuttle retirement in 2011. Todd underlined that the agency does not want to expedite the creation of the vehicle. "We've got to eat this elephant a little bit at a time," he noted. A rare Falcon 9 malfunction during a Starlink satellite emphasizes the long-standing tactic of the ISS cooperation to maintain a fleet of spacecraft on hand. Dana Weigel, NASA's ISS program manager, said that occupancy of the space station is essential for operational safety, since unforeseen events can happen. Maintaining astronaut throughput is essential for the water and life support systems, and keeping the International Space Station (ISS) occupied is crucial for science return and hosting profitable commercial experiments. The problem emphasizes the necessity of having a variety of spacecraft alternatives to guarantee success and safety. The failure occurred during the launch of a robotic Dragon cargo capsule towards the International Space Station in June 2015. The rocket has launched 13 crewed missions, 9 of which have sent astronauts to the ISS for NASA. SpaceX is currently investigating the incident and addressing the issue, which is already underway. The company plans to conduct a full investigation in coordination with the Federal Aviation Administration to determine the root cause and take corrective actions to ensure future mission success. The Falcon 9 is currently used to service the Starlink mega constellation, which currently has over 6,100 operational satellites. 49 of the 69 Falcon 9 launches so far in 2024 have been dedicated Starlink missions. However, SpaceX announced that all 20 Starlink satellites will be lost due to the Falcon 9 upper stage failure. Elon Musk, SpaceX's CEO, quickly addressed the situation, noting that the team is actively reviewing data to determine the root cause of the failure. Initial observations indicated unusual white material accumulating near the engine, suggesting a possible propellant leak, although further analysis is required to confirm this theory. As a result of the failure, the deployed satellites were left in a lower than intended orbit, with SpaceX scrambling to establish contact with them to attempt orbital adjustments using their onboard ion thrusters. According to NASA, all Crew Dragons are launching on Falcon 9s, enabling for continued flight in the event that a Falcon 9 malfunction is discovered. With SpaceX's Crew 9 launch set for mid-August, the Crew 8 crew that has been aboard since March should be released. NASA stressed safety as the top priority and will assess any potential schedule consequences as more information becomes available. NASA has not yet confirmed whether any future missions will be delayed. Additionally, the agency said that even though SpaceX launched Starlink on a commercial mission, SpaceX provides NASA with information on all matters pertaining to the Falcon 9 rocket. NASA's Commercial Crew Program aims to send astronauts to the International Space Station (ISS) Using SpaceX Crew Dragon and Boeing's Starliner, SpaceX has successfully completed operational ISS missions 8 times without fail since 2020 and has sent 3 shorter Axiom Space ISS commercial astronaut missions and the independently funded Inspiration 4 mission to low Earth orbit. The Falcon 9 rocket SpaceX uses has sent 364 crewed and uncrewed missions to space with no issues. Boeing and Starliner were down-selected from competition and received billions of dollars in 2014 for astronaut launches in 2017. SpaceX launched its first astronauts in 2020, basing its crew design on a cargo Dragon spacecraft. Starliner sent its first crew to space on June 5, 2024, following delays. An uncrewed test in 2019 led to computer glitches keeping Starliner in the wrong orbit, causing delays in docking. Boeing and NASA worked to address these issues, but in 2023, more fixes were needed due to issues with the spacecraft's parachutes, carrying less load than expected and flammable tape covering much of the wiring. Starliner is presently conducting a test trip in order to obtain certification for its 2025 maiden operational launch. NASA has been working toward having multiple American spacecraft available to go to the International Space Station, ISS, since about 2010. However, that is contingent upon Starliner receiving the Crew Flight Test, CFT certification, necessary for operational work following its current flight. It took longer than anticipated to complete the last push to launch CFT using retired test pilots for the United States Navy, Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams. The launch was postponed because of an Atlas V rocket vibrating valve, a tiny helium leak in one of Starliner's reaction control system's thrusters, and the need for more time to make sure the RCS would function in all re-entry situations. Before the astronauts safely reached the International Space Station, ISS, on June 6, there was yet another delay due to the misbehavior of 5 out of the 28 thrusters during the crucial ISS connection. Over the years, NASA's space programs, such as the Shuttle, Boeing, SpaceX, and Soyuz, have encountered several difficulties when it comes to launching and landing people. Following one such event in December 2022, NASA's Frank Rubio was assigned to a temporary seat on Crew Dragon as part of a contingency plan. This came about as a result of the 2003 Columbia Space Shuttle disaster that claimed the lives of 7 astronauts. A long-term initiative to introduce a new class of spacecraft to the International Space Station, ISS, was also spurred by the Columbia catastrophe. NASA changed its plans in 2009 to employ commercial spacecraft instead of the Orion spacecraft, which was originally intended to be used for ISS missions due to development delays. As the spacecraft for NASA's Artemis program for moon missions, Orion is currently under development. What do you think? Will SpaceX and NASA overcome these challenges and continue their quest to the final frontier? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated on the latest in space exploration, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching and keep looking up.